Hey, I'm John-Marc, and I'm excited to share this new lesson that I'm creating on my website. That's right, this is an introduction video to show how to work those step-by-step lessons right below this video. So before we get started, I just want to give you some tips and techniques how these lessons can actually benefit you, and I want to encourage you to become a better artist. Well, you're going to need a pencil, maybe not this big, any pencil, a regular one, a mechanical pencil, they'll all do. And of course, paper. Now, if you have the pencil and paper, I think we're ready to begin the lesson. But before we're going to do that, I'm going to actually explain to you the step-by-step that you can actually take home and become a better artist. So before we get started, one of the first things you're going to have to do is download one of those cartoons, maybe 2 or 3, and I'm going to be constantly rotating them in and out and making new ones all the time. So when you download one of those, then you can continue this series on how to draw cartoons. And it's a fun thing. Been doing it for almost 54 years. Well, a little less than that. But anyways, so thanks for checking out this video, and let's begin. All right. As I said, the first thing we're going to have to do is download one of my drawing videos. As you can see right now, I have this little guy in a little snowmobile. So this is the one I'm taking. This is the final step. What you're going to see is when you download them, you're going to see dun, 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 like a step 1. Now this is going to be really, really loose and sketchy. Then let's switch that out to step number 2. And as you can see here, the lines are not as dark. It got a little darker from the first ones, but not fully dark. You can see they're going to get a little bit more. He's like taking off. Now this is the third and final step. Now this one I got a little bit tighter with the details, added some more lines to it. So as you can see, some of the areas a little bit more detailed than, of course, this one. I'm going to show you how you're going to get from here to there. So what the first thing we're going to have to do is make sure you learn how to sketch, because that's the whole premise of these drawing lessons. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, in the very beginning, warm up. I got my paper here, and I got my mechanical pencil. And as you saw in my videos, maybe I'm going to do one with my big pencil another time. That'll be a fun thing. All right, so but before anything, the first thing is sketching is, why don't you sketch, this is sketching, and this is what I'd like you to see. If you're doing a circle, a square kind of a deal, you can see it's not perfect, and that's okay. The point is you just want to go very light and then follow up later on it, and then you may want to reshape the pattern or the angle, or however, if it's a face, head, basically as you can see here. But then I come down a little bit more. So if I like what the line I'm doing, I'm going a little bit darker. And don't worry about the paper. It's not 100 pounds. You can easily rotate it and make it easier for your hand. And if I want to like that line, I go a little bit heavier and heavier with it. So when I'm sketching, I'm not doing a circle this way. Let me show you that one. This is not how to do a circle. And that's not sketching, and that's not the right way. This is the right way, again. So if you do a circle this way, that's what I like to see. Sketching multiple. So you can make little ones, little bigger ones, any shape you can make. So out of all that sketching, that is what you can see in, pull up that picture again, this guy. So as you can see here, the loose lines when I'm sketching, and I have the crosshair for his face. So when I was looking at this picture, let's just look at his head. Let's begin with his head so you can kind of see what we're going to do. So as you can see there with the head, it's kind of like a little shape. Everything has a shape. I'm going to do kind of big. Let me move it over here. Okay, let me just supersize him up. As you can see, then I'm going to put that crosshair. That helps me to know where the eyes, nose, and ears. And I have like where his head's going to be, his hair, and then kind of like his back over here. As you can see, I'm going really, really, really quick. Oops, pencil lead's running out. And then I can add more of the details coming back here. So it's like the eyes. This is very, very loose. As you can see how sketchy it is? That's perfectly fine. That's how I like you guys to practice. And then his mouth. There we go. So as you can see here, it's very, 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 as I say, loose. All right, you can see how sketchy it is. Now, step 2 is when you come back, and even though if you look very carefully, some of the shapes may not be what you want them, and you can go a little slower now and concentrate and change them and come back. And I'm working on his nose a little bit more, his eyes. I get his mouth there open up. As you can see, now I'm even getting a little darker as I'm going. This is just the second step. I can even take it even further. Let's get him some eyebrows on top there really quick. So as you can see here, it's a little bit more darker, should I say, but this is still a really rough sketch. From that sketch, I might take it to my light box and take a piece of paper on top of it and redraw over it. And that is exactly what I did with this guy. So I took this one, really, really sketchy one, and then I came back with a light box and I went really slow. So it was kind of like this, and it went that way. So basically what I want you to really take from these lessons is you're going to start very sketchy like this. Then you're going to get a little bit more detail. And then you're going to get even further with the detail. So if you don't have a light box, you probably have a window. So you can tape this up on a window and a piece of paper on top of the window. And then you got a light box. If you don't have a typical light box, that's a way that we used to do it when we were kids. Anyways, so that's the steps. So the first thing is you look at the step-by-step lesson that you download. You're going to see step number 1 like this. After you see that, you're going to see a second step. Follow that step, and then you're going to see the third and final step. What I want you to really understand here is if it doesn't look like this, it's okay. More and more practice you do, the better of an artist you will get. So the first thing, practice and practice. And I've been practicing all my life, and I continually to practice. And I still am getting better. Even though I am 54, I still become better every day I practice. So I want to challenge you now. So this is one out of many other step-by-step drawing lessons I'm going to have. So make sure you check them all out. And as always, thanks for checking out this video and have a great day.